What's up, y'all? I was just trying to figure this out. I didn't know that it was live. It said it was live, but it didn't look like it was live. So give me just 1 second here. I'll get started. Maybe a few more people rolling. MB Cola, I'm your Brian. Good to see all y'all. Man, I think the next live stream might have to be done in the shop. I'm getting, I'm getting hints. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure MB's still here. They were in here earlier and left a message. And yeah, don't scratch the table. Yeah, I know. I know. Um, I really should be out in the shop doing this. Hey, they are still here. All right. So back where we left off. I have not done anything to it since last time. So I'm gonna start by I'm gonna glue down this one side, and I'm gonna stitch probably stitch at least this one. But I'm probably gonna go do that, and then we'll glue down the other side and do the same, and then I'll stitch all the way around. So we'll see how far we get today, because I'm trying to keep these short still, for me and for people watching. Give me a little squeegee for my glue. That's the glue I'm using. Works pretty good. You put it on both sides. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving and doing all right. I know there's weather coming through. I think a lot of places we're getting a little bit here. We got a little bit of snow, not much, but it's been cold. Finally got cold. It's been really nice, but this last maybe week or two, it finally started getting cold. All right, I'll let this. You got to kind of let this. You put it on there and then you let it dry pretty good, and then and they stick together really nice. You'll destroy it if you have to tear it apart. Man, I'm lost on that comment. I heard it in childhood. I'm sure it's something I said. I just forget what I said. All right. Oh, earlier in chat. I got a little time. I'll go back and look. Tan your hide. Yeah, I've heard that one. This glue actually, it's funny because I was just talking about how it sticks really good to this, but it would not stick really good to the table. You just be able to roll it off once it dried. It's a lot like rubber cement. Even on this cutting board, it'll roll right off of there. It doesn't even stick real good to the outside of the leather, but the inside it does. So it's almost all. You basically want it to be dry, and then they stick together. So we got 8 people in here, a couple lurkers. Glad to have y'all here too. See, I kind of marked a line where I wanted my glue on this side, and I marked the belt loop. I'll cut that out later, but I marked it just to kind of help me line it up when I stick the 2 pieces together. I still haven't punched any of the holes on the back piece, so I like to punch the front, the holes on the front piece, and then glue it, and then punch the holes in the back piece, and that helps me get them a lot straighter on the back. I find when I punch them both at the same time, you tend to, it's harder to hold your punch perfectly straight. And then especially over time, you'll get one that's crooked, and on the back side, it's real crooked. So I already got the holes punched in the front. It kind of gives you a guide to keep them straight. I think this is the right punch. Let's check. Make sure it's the right spacing. Yeah. Probably need the single too. Yeah, thanks, Brian. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving too. Same to MB. I'm your Colwa. Alright, let's see. See, it's pretty much dry. It's a little tacky, but. So I have like tested this a bunch of times already, so I kind of know how and where exactly I want it to go. To be lined up just right. That looks right. I like to get my little hammer and just tap it, give it a little tappy, tap, tap. Alright. So there we go. You can see there's still extra, especially on the back side. I don't want any really extra hanging out on the front side because I don't want to have to take it off because then it messes up my little gap between my groove for my stitch and my edge. I want that to stay consistent. So, well, there we go. So now I'll punch some holes here. Probably just going to punch the holes here, here, and here first, and then I'll sew that. Hold this side down. Yeah, just tap it on in there. Even though I was talking about keeping them straight and I got the front punch still, I still want to try to make sure I I really like sight down it and make sure I'm punching these holes straight. This is it's thick with the 2 sheets of leather, and I don't know if you can see, you got to get that punch down in there all the way. And that just barely gets it to poke throughout the back. Let's see, it might work better if I do only one piece to punch into. Yeah, it's getting cold here too. Oh, crazy, MB. Yeah, we're getting a little snow, not much. We got, let's see here, a dusting right now. But it's been down into the teens at night. Feels like 2 weeks ago it was 70 degrees. Yeah, man, the years just be flying by, don't they? I was watching your show last night on your. I wasn't around to chat much. I was kind of double dipping, watching Steve, and then I ended up falling asleep. Fell asleep listening to the mashups, I guess. I woke up, it was over. Yeah, that's what they say, MB. The older you get. I don't know, cause they're going by faster for me already, and I ain't even old. Alright, so you can see it didn't even barely poke through the back. So I'm actually gonna take these and I'm gonna go through them all. I'm gonna go through them all with my awl. I wonder if I even punched that one. This one too, it's really not through. I mean, you make up with experience on some things, I guess. I mean, I feel like Thanksgiving was yesterday. Christmas is only 23 days away now. I guess Thanksgiving was really late this month or this year. Like, I don't know. That's what my mom was telling me. Alright, so now we can see the holes on the backside there. And we'll get some, cut some needles here. Yeah. That's a pretty cool bottle. I don't know if y'all can see it. I got that from my grandpa's toolbox. Dolan's pills. I wish I was still a youngin'. This is the part that's going to be kind of hard for me to film. It's going to be hard for me to do and film it. A lot of guys have a little, it's like a little wooden vise. They call it a stitching pony. And you would put your piece in it and it would hold it while you sew it together. I don't have one. A lot of times I end up using my knees. I have a hard time getting this. But that won't really work for filming very well. I have bigger needles that are easier to thread, but they don't. These ones are easier to sew with once you get them. Once I get it threaded, it's easier to sew with these needles. They're a little smaller. Man, this one just doesn't want to. There we go. Hey, Cheryl. Alright, so I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go up and around and down there. And that'll hold this side together. When I do this other side, I'll do the same thing. I'll start here and I'll go up. I'm going to stop there. And then I'll go all the way around. Man. Hope I got enough thread. Seems like I cut it short. Hmm. Yeah, StreamYard's kind of expensive. Just looking at that. And with their supposed 50% off Black Friday deal, it's $412 or something a year. Yeah, I don't use StreamYard. I don't have people up on the panel. So it's always just me doing my own thing. So I have a StreamYard, but I don't really use it. I stream straight from YouTube. So she's going to use my 20 hours up, I'm sure. Yeah, see, sometimes even, man, I got them straight, and sometimes it just don't look that straight. That's not bad, but the stitching, man, it really bugs me. If I get one stitch off to the side or something, it's almost always I'm just throwing it away. I can't. They gotta be straight. It's gotta look good. I want it to look like it was done with a sewing machine when I get done. That's awesome, Cheryl. It can be fun. I kind of like the, yeah, right, hook. I'll bet you if I make 5 of these, I throw at least one, maybe two, just get thrown away. One. I got to the point now. I used to like get to the point I'd know I'd messed it up, and I'd still stitch it all together, and then I'd stare at it for a while, and then I'd decide it was trash, but it'd be done at that point. So I'd be like, I'll just keep it for myself, and then you got 5 of the same thing you keep for yourself. You just end up throwing them away. So now I just punch one hole wrong, and it's trash. It's gone. Part of this is these diamond these diamond shaped chisels to punch the holes. They punch the hole a little bit at a slant, so that's why you can see they're at least even. Every one of them is slanted a little. And if you put a groove in the backside like I did in the front, it really helps straighten them all up like that. But sometimes I groove the backside, but that's another thing where that's one of the things that I mess up on a lot. So that causes a lot of throwing them away and starting over. So a lot of times I don't do it. This is kind of the boring part, and there's a lot of this stitching, punching holes and stitching for the next couple steps, and then And then it's almost done. Clean up some edges and put some oil on it, and then a top coat, an acrylic top coat finish, and it'll be done. Probably be one or two more streams, but I might not even finish sewing the whole thing on stream because it is kind of boring. My stomach's growling. Hey, it is looking nice on the backside here. I'm really kind of running out of project ideas here. I need to make some knives or something before I make any more sheaths, I guess. I really don't need to. I got a couple of these made already. I really don't even need to make another one of these for the buck knives. Usually I'm making sheaths for the knives I make, but I haven't really made any for a while, and then a decent amount of them that I make anymore I'm doing Kydex sheaths. A lot of people seem to like Kydex. They like Kydex is more tactical, and that's what people want. I kind of like the leather ones. I like the old school leather, old timey stuff, but I guess it's not as cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming there's no chatting. Either that or my chat's frozen. Oh, there was still totally a bunch of chatting. My chat was just frozen. Damn, a whole bunch of chatting. Hey, Bonnie. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna catch up on all that right now. Bonnie, Miss Ghetto, good to see you. My chat totally froze up in the middle of all this. Yeah, there's way too much for me to read right this second. Anyone else that came in that I missed? I was stopped way up there. Take this one back a stitch. Garrity, that's fine. Man, I just thought the chat died. Didn't even seem that weird, but I exited it. I'm filming with one phone and watching on another. I backed out with the one I'm watching on and came back in, and there's all kinds of chat. So. Get these little fuzzies on the thread. I usually just take a lighter and kind of burn them all down a little bit. I'll take this little tool here and just run it over them. It kind of flattens them out a little bit. And makes them all lay down in the little groove there nice. So it came out real good. That's got this side's all, so this ain't coming apart no more where I glued. You can see the back is smaller. It's because you want to kind of bunch it up. You want to bunch it up like this so when you sew it, it creates the pocket on the front and not on the back. Alright, I'm going to look at this chat for a second. Brian, good to see you. Man, I just don't know how to say your name. Brian Losis, Hills Homestead. I love your channel. Well, good to see you here. Someday I'll learn how to say the name. Oh my god. Scrolled off my own stream. Who else is there? Moonchild, good to see you. Yeah, sounds like looks like you guys was mostly talking to each other, and that's good. So now I want to try to kind of get this front folded. A little fold going in here, kind of. Oh, you got your daughter moving in, huh? Alright, so that's about how I want it there. I'm gonna mark this spot so I can kind of line it up when I get it glued. work. This spot right here, that one, this one here is. This is kind of the trickiest part here. And this leather's a little thick for this specific sheath. It'd be easier if I had a little lightweight, a little lighter weight leather. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are moving lately. Give me just 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna fill my cup. All right. My dog thought me getting up meant it was time to play ball. Alright, so we'll still need to try to get, you want to try to get this little pocket worked in here. It makes it easier to, it's much easier to glue it down, and it doesn't want to come apart as much. Kind of got that shape worked into it. What are you barking at? Man, I might have to end this soon. I'm pretty sure that's the need to go outside bark. Yeah, I know that feeling too, Cheryl. Not a granddaughter, but my daughter. Alright, let's get some glue on here and see how this works out. I should make my back pieces bigger. I try to cut them too close to size. I should make them a little bigger and trim them when I'm done. It kind of makes it difficult. I think next time I do this, that's what I'll do. Yeah, that's a bummer too. Mine moved out and then I moved 300 miles away. Not exactly, but close to it. It does. It stinks. When my daughter moved out, she actually moved in with Grandma. And then she has since moved out from there too. I should probably set the camera up on the other side, being as how I'm left-handed and it's easier for me to do this like over here. just spreading the glue around. So getting a nice even, as thin little layer as I can get, but it's still fully covered. Especially want to make sure I get enough like around the slots and on the edges. That's where it could potentially come loose a little bit. All right. Yes, the slots, the belt slots. Let that dry for a second. How long has this been already? Oh, dang. 42 minutes already. I need to let this glue set up for just a minute. I got some warm water in here. I'm gonna try to wet this part right in here, but on the back side. Coffee. With some milk and some sugar. It's only 11:18. It's time for coffee. Here, let's kind of help it be a little more flexible, hopefully. Of course, I have to get it wet on the outside. Cream. Yeah, I like half and half, but run out or I don't know. I don't use it fast enough, or I don't know. It always seems to go bad. It's just we use milk. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, that's me too. Coffee and then bed. We use milk a lot, so we always have milk. So I just kind of got used to using milk. I don't know. See, yeah, that's what you don't want to do. I did it twice now. All right. I know up here was where it was the not matching up the most. Okay. All right. Alright, now you can kind of tell a little better what I was talking about. Makes the pocket on the front here, so when you put the knife in, it all sticks out on the front and not on the back where it's going to be rubbing up against you. And it kind of gives it a little curved shape. We'll be able to straighten that out a little more when we, once it's sewed together. But so now I want to punch the holes in this one here and then sew that to hold this thing all down. And then it's just sew the rest of it. So, and then this part here, I'll worry about that once I got this sewed down, and I'll sew around to here. And once I get there, I'll glue it and work it down in there. That part gets a little funky sometimes. Caramel macchiato. That just reminds me of Talladega Nights. I can't lie. Caramel macchiato. Alright. Yeah, we don't have a cow. We would. Seems like a lot of work. Thank you, Brian. I'm your. Yeah, my sleep schedule's been pretty messed up too. I feel like a lot of people are on that kind of messed up schedule. I know winter's got a lot to do with it. Alright, where's my... No, I'm left-handed. I need to put the camera on the other side because it's hard for me to have the same control with my right hand, so I keep stabbing my finger. You gotta kind of hold your finger on the back or it'll kind of mushroom out back there, but with the other hand, I'm better at it. So that last hole wants to be a pain. Alright, those all came out real straight. So now I'm gonna sew those because I just want this thing to be where it ain't gonna move around. Yeah, same here. It's been cold, been hanging out. It is kind of nice. I know everyone loves their wood stoves and stuff, but after 5 years of my only heat was a wood stove, it's really kind of nice to just have the heat turn on when it needs to and go off when it needs to, and I don't have to get up and fill the stove. I mean, I kind of miss the wood stove, but I wish I had it with a heater that just turns on and off, because it's pretty nice. My old place, once it got down 20 or below, every 2 or 3 hours I had to get up and put wood in the stove. Yeah, it's nice. Like, it'd be nice in the afternoon or evening, light a fire and hang out and warm the place up. But having to wake up all night to fill it, man, I do not miss that. And then when it got really cold, when it started to get down to the minus 20, minus 30, it was every hour I had to be up at that thing. Yeah, I feel like you got enough people, you could get walked through fixing that wood stove you got, man. If I remember right, it's the blower motor or the motor for the feed. I think it's a pellet stove if I remember right. I can't remember if it's not feeding pellets or if it's not blowing the heat around, but oh, it's gonna work, Cola. I don't I don't even use StreamYard, so I did a couple times. That's what I signed up for it for. I would use it to talk to people backstage, but I just don't need it to go on by myself. It's easier to do it this way for me. I don't have to set it up through StreamYard. Just go in on my phone, hit go live. I think I'm running on the vertical short feed, which I've been wanting to try. Yeah, see, I think you can make a new email, just a new Google Gmail, and you can sign up for StreamYard on that one. 20 more hours. So we did just look at buying it because they keep telling us, oh, 50% off, Black Friday, whatever. First of all, it makes you put your card number in to fucking see the price. I'm sorry, I shouldn't cuss, but it kind of made me mad. And then it was $412 or $420 or something for a year. And that's the best price. If you pay the whole year, you get the deal, and then they say you also get another 20% off. I don't know, the sale didn't seem like much of a sale. So we didn't do it. Needle came off. You also can, if you know someone else that goes live that you know well, that you trust, you can have more than one person on an account. So you could maybe half that price if you had someone you trusted that you wanted to do that with. I don't know, imagine one of y'all would have to pay, and then the other one would have to pay them somehow. I don't know. Yeah, it is fun to watch live streams. I can sometimes get a little too carried away with it. I'll quit before you know you've been sitting there for hours doing nothing. Sometimes that's what you need, though, I guess. Okay, so you pay monthly, Bonnie? What's up, Wolverines? I'm just about to finish. You might have just missed most of it. I'm gonna stop for the night after I get done. Well, I'm done. I'm gonna finish this stitch off and show a little bit and talk a little bit, and then next stream I'll finish sewing the whole thing, and that might have to be its own thing, because the one after that, the next step after I finish sewing it, I'm gonna have to be out in the shop because I need my my belt sander to even out the edges. And then I'll finish out the edges and put some finishes on it. Oil, neat's foot oil, and then an acrylic top coat. Which that'll probably be 2 streams too, because I'll have to oil it and then wait a day. And then put the top coat on. I want to do the whole thing on stream. Both of those will be very short. It's just takes a couple seconds and then you're waiting. So yeah, Wolverines out. I mean, yeah, I'll be around again. I also got this tool. Where is it? I don't ever use it. It's really to mark. You use it, you go through the groove and it marks your stitches if you're gonna punch them with something like this where you're punching every one. But it does work. It's pretty good. You run it over your stitching when you get done. It kind of evens them out and lays them down nice. I don't really use it though, I always just use this guy. So there it is. I don't know if I pick it up too close to the camera, but it's not in the light no more. You can see it pretty good. So yeah, next time we'll gotta punch all these holes still, and I'll probably start here. I'll go up and around to there. We'll be done. Then we'll punch out the slots, and then it'll be time to even up all these edges. This part here is going to be a little tricky, and smooth the edges down. It'll be done. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for coming. I'm going to end this. I don't know. I wish I could tell you when I'll be back to finish it. I don't know. I just feel like doing it one day, and I'll do it. It won't be too long. So, y'all have a good day, and I'm sure I'll see everybody around. If I can figure out how to end this. Probably that X.